In a while. Hope you're doing well. Matt, good to see you.
Good to see you, brother. How you, JV?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes. But I usually talk about something right now, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And certainly if something that matters to me, right? I think you have an idea what I'm talking about.
I have a vague inkling.
Well, there's a whole graphic to the right of me. It should give you a hint.
There you go.
It's like I'm trying to play password or pyramid. There's a graphic to the right of me. I know. Okay. Anyhow, all kidding aside, this is a quick note about something that has been paramount in my mind and heart over the last 20 months and quite frankly the last 11 years. The National MS Society is a collective of passionate individuals who want to do something about MS now. To move together towards a world free of multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis, as we've discussed before, is comprised of unpredictable and often disabling flare ups of the central nervous system. Such flare ups disrupt the flow of information within the brain and between the brain and the body. The National MS Society is the largest private funder of MS researchers in the world. They're investing more than $1 billion to date. MS stops people from moving, but the National MS Society exists to make sure that MS doesn't. To contact the National MS Society, please call 1 800 344 4867. Once again, 1 800 344 4867, or go to their website at nationalmssociety.org. We are still raising money for the National MS Society, by the way, through a Venture to a Cure. This was the page and the effort created in conjunction with the Walk MS Media 2022, the graphic to the right-hand side, that was done on April 23rd. An incredible event, an incredible organization. Definitely worth some time even to learn more about what the National MS Society does by way of education, outreach, so on and so forth. The fundraising page for A Venture to a Cure is at rebrand.ly/A Venture to a Cure. Again, rebrand.ly/A Venture to a Cure. This page will be continuing to take donations through September 30th, the end of September. Thank you. Thank you to all of you who have donated money to this amazing organization or have even gone to the National MS Society to learn more about demyelination and multiple sclerosis. It touches me and over the 1 million people in this country who have multiple sclerosis in so many ways. And we appreciate all of you. And on that,
It's time to talk.
well, a lot of things have transpired in the last few weeks. 3 weeks, pretty much, since we've gotten together again, whether on the main show or VF Talks. And it's time to have a talk, because I miss you guys. And it's time to catch up. So we're going to do that tonight. And there comes a time where we need to take a break, and we do. And I went on one. Some things have gone on, and maybe we talk about it tonight, maybe we don't. But the one thing I could be rest assured of is we're going to talk about anything and everything with Matt Haas, Paul Burke, and all of you, because this is VF Talks. Good evening. As I said, it's been a while, hasn't it? Good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be. And welcome to VF Talks. It's been a little bit of time, and it's time to talk. And there is someone over there, around the corner, which is not even on camera. And you know what? It's a good thing he's not on camera. I'll tell you why. Because he always is piss and vinegar out of his mouth. He always has something bad to say. And Rex, I love you. Oh, okay. I figure if I kill him with kindness, maybe he'd calm it down a bit. Maybe not. Who knows? Will that joke ever die? I don't think it will. Anyhow. Hi to all of you on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. And who wins the door prize this Friday afternoon, Friday evening, Saturday morning, wherever you may be. And that would belong to Laura Williams over on YouTube, who says hi. Hi, Laura. How are you? Hope you're doing well. We also have Marilyn on YouTube with 3 waves and 3 purple hearts, who says, hi, everyone. Hi, Marilyn. How are you? 3 waves and 3 blue hearts right back at you. And we have Diana, who says, hello, everyone, with a smiley face over on YouTube. And I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. And then I got this Awesome Fun Things. Hello. You think by now I know who Awesome Fun Things is, and you think maybe by then something would gravitate with, something like a Mahas.
I wouldn't trust that Awesome Fun Things guy. No way.
No. So, just a quick technical note. I look at you and there's a double click to pick a camera source. I guess I got a good camera source here. It's you. You're on the picture. It's fine.
I don't need no double click.
What's going on with the double click? Why, you would try and double click me now?
Ain't need no double click. Maybe you can bring this guy on as a third.
Oh, it's just that's something. Glenn, can you give us a little bit of how? No, never mind. Never mind.
Oh my goodness.
Mr. Haas, how are you?
I am fabulous. I'm ready for the weekend. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I heard everybody's working for the weekend.
Not me. I'm done working. I'm ready to break out of here and go nuts.
You're gonna go nuts.
Yeah. How have you been?
Nuts. I've been nuts.
Nuts?
Mm-hmm.
I can relate.
Work has been a bit nuts. Work has been crazy. Things have been going on that have been a little bit crazy. And I don't know, I'm training for a marathon, which then itself is crazy.
It's very similar to what is happening with me, but I am not training for a marathon. I am training to increase my taco intake.
Okay, so a taco marathon.
Yeah. But
are you trying to eat 26.2 tacos?
Yes, that would be wonderful. Hey, I came back from the beach and I didn't weigh anymore. So that's good. And I was partaking in bread while I was there.
It's vacation.
Yeah.
I say this from someone who wants to be a life coach or a nutrition coach, and he's, it's vacation. Go ahead, it's fine.
That's right.
You know, someone. I'm sorry, not the. Someone actually asked me the other day, what did you do? I track everything. I know that as long as I track everything I eat, I know I'm going in the right direction because at least I'm holding myself accountable. And everything I eat, I track, right? Except for Fogo. Fogo is just hard to do, but yeah. Anyhow,
my tracking device is the scale. So it works for me. I simplify things. That's what I like. But yeah, I was doing a lot. I was active down there. I was riding my bike. I was walking places. It's not a sit still type of thing.
Mm-mm.
But,
but you had the fun of sea turtles.
I did. I saw me some brand new baby sea turtles. Cute little nubbins.
Quick question. If your vacation just amounted to just you seeing sea turtles, would you say it was a complete vacation, just seeing the sea turtles?
Yeah, because I've tried to see them for 20 years.
Well,
This was my 20th trip, 20th yearly trip. So 2 decades. Yeah, I was really thrilled. It'd be really something to see them all come out at once, but that's really rare. I just saw the very last. I saw the 132nd from the first batch that hatched on Wednesday, and on Friday I caught the 125th, also the last one on Friday. Only that one was at night. I didn't get on video.
The place in North Carolina you go to, how close are you to the wild horses?
Wild horses?
That's Outer Banks. You're not close to the Outer Banks, right?
I'm south of there.
South of there. Okay, got it.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm so far south on the state. If you travel half hour, 45 minutes, you're in South Carolina. Like it's
See, across south of the
way
border.
down. Yeah, yeah. We're just north of South Carolina. That's an awkward sentence to say. Or we're very far south on North Carolina.
Do you know what the intrigue about that place is? I'm still trying to figure that out.
I think it's a turtle sanctuary, and it's the beach, for goodness sake.
Well, yes. The turtle thing, that's obvious. It's beautiful. I was, one track mind here. Still stuck on south of the border.
Oh, you're talking actual south of the border?
Well, the freaking thing with the hotels and the amusements and the gift shop and maybe drug activity. I don't know what that goes on there.
Okay. All I know is there's lots of billboards for it.
Yes,
Okay.
plenty of billboards.
I was
Assateague is where the wild horses are. She's been there. Yes. That's
last
north
time I
of
was
where.
in Mexico, I got bit by a lion. So that was fun.
But it was a small baby lion.
It was a cub.
You
But
could
it's
fit
lion.
you could fit the cub in your pocket.
No, it was sort of a young adult. Not a young adult, but it was not a baby. It was a pretty big boy.
And the mentality of a teenager.
Wasn't quite the teenager, but yeah, he was not a little baby pup. No.
No, not a new baby pup.
I wanted to take him home. That would be fun.
Until he mauls you.
No, it would never.
Yeah, it's, why are you delusional? Matt, you're not delusional. You're Mr. Logic and you're like the Mr. Spock of all the people here. Why?
I would love to own a tiger. Well, that's when people watch Tiger King on Netflix, their takeaway was, oh my God, these large cat sanctuaries are run by the worst people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And what I took away from it was, you mean if I have $2,500, I can have my own Bengal tiger cub? I'm like, sign me up. Where do I send my credit card?
So you're telling me, profanity filters out the window. You're telling me it only cost me $2,500 to be a documented douchebag? That's great. Let me do that. Sandy, go over on Facebook that says, hi guys. Sandy, great show before on super terrific, awesome show.
Oh, yeah, she's coming through on the Facebooks. Okay.
Yes, she's on Facebook. We got people on the YouTube and the Facebook. Any Twitch or Twitter? No, why would we? But she's on Facebook. It's good.
Maybe you got some lurkers out there. If you're on
Maybe.
Twitch or Twitter, drop a comment.
Hey, okay. If you're lurking, let us know in the comments.
It's okay to lurk.
Yeah.
We'll take every click and every watch minute.
Tell me about all the not suitable for work stuff you're trying to offer on your phishing site. It'd be great. Go for it.
Your Twitch phishing site.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a whole business model.
Yeah, it's and they repeat ad nauseum. They just hit it over and over and over again.
Twitch is a brutal existence.
Mm.
It's hard to make a living on Twitch. It's like so many people on Twitch are streamers, and they just don't go anywhere.
Well, they're playing games. Most of them are still playing games, even though they try to expand their reach and do more things than just, play games and, morps and whatnot.
I'm grinding it out. I did 8 hours Monday. I'm going to do 10 hours on Twitch Tuesday. I'm like, oh my God. And they got like 3 subscribers.
Man, what's the game you're playing on Twitch, by the way? Candy Crush, right? 18 hours of Candy Crush.
I was considering doing cross the Nintendo what's it called?
The Switch?
What's the Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing, yeah, everybody loves that game.
I was going to do Animal Crossing as a channel. But
all things Animal Crossing awesome.
I decided not to do that because that is a huge investment in time. And what are you getting out of it? You're just playing a video game. It's like it's not advancing my I don't know. It's just had very few in the plus column, I should say.
Sandy says just send me an iTunes gift card and she'll disappear.
Oh, there you go.
Sandy, I don't want you to disappear. I want you to stick around for a while. Maybe you do a cameo on here. We got plenty of room. Yeah, we usually have people from prison. Where's my graphic? There's no graphic. I gotta get the graphic up there. See, it's been a year and a half.
John will put the join link. There it is, right there. And the problem is, Sandy, you have to squint in order to read what that actually says. Then you have to type it in correctly. John does not make it easy.
No, guest.ecam.live/8 Charlie Echo 46 Frank 8 Delta. Again, 8 Charlie Echo 46 Frank 8 Delta. Or some would say Foxtrot. I said Frank because Frank is in top mind. So Foxtrot.
I was just talking to someone. I was like, yeah, so it's Whiskey Papa Alpha Delta Mike Indigo or India, and they're like, well, what the hell is that? I'm like, WP-admin. It's Whiskey WH. I'm like, no, W. Like, haven't you ever heard of the military alphabet? Anyway.
Sandy says, I would, but I'm getting ready to go to the beach. And if I remember correctly, you're going to run on the beach. So you're running on the beach momentarily.
Sandy doesn't run on the beach unless it's running in slow motion.
Oh, like Chariots of Fire.
Yeah. And she's actually, and when she runs, she goes, like Chariots of Fire. Do 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 do
do do do do do do do. That's funny enough. That's how I'm going to be running in Portland. Very slow.
Hey, I saw a documentary on the synthesizer they used to create that song. It was a Yamaha. It was one of the very oldest Yamahas. And here's a fun thing about that synthesizer. It had all the kajillion buttons that synthesizers have, but it had these 4 other odd buttons. They were all presets. And what you could do is you could save your button layout and assign it to a preset. But here's the thing. It was all mechanical. So there was this little door that flips up, and inside the door is the same button setup, really miniaturized, and you would have to re-plug in your button. And that's the way they did it back then.
By the way, Sandy loves that movie, Chariots of Fire.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Great movie.
I just thought it was cool that, like, on a normal instrument, you would have a little LED screen, and you would say, okay, now go into the channel 1 menu and make all your assignments and hit save, and then just scroll the LED to channel. They would hit the same mechanical buttons. They had all the buttons replicated 4 times on this machine, and a lot of them were super teeny weeny bitty. And then, like, you shut the little door, and then if you want to hit your second preset, you just hit the second preset button, and then it ignores the big buttons on the machine.
We're talking synthesizers. I think of one person, and one person who mastered a particular kind of synthesizer. If I can just get my typing down here. Here it is. If I play it, I might get demonetized. But Ed Kaloff. He's the guy who brought you the theme to The Price is Right and other shows. He was a big proponent of the Moog synthesizer. I mean, that was his game. Everything was about the Moog. I'm gonna take a shot, and if I get slapped, well, it's my first show back. Who cares? So let's go here. Not that. There it is. Give this a go. See what happens. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it. Get funky.
It's amazing the sort of just the complex nature of the Moog synthesizer, and the way he's just mocking it to do, I don't know, a beer ad. But it was just, oh my God. Schaefer beer. Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one. Remember that one?
There it is. The Yamaha CS80.
That's right.
That's what they use for Chariots.
And for the sake of not being demonetized, I'm just going to go back to us. Thank you, Ed, for that. Appreciate it. Oh, man.
Yeah, let me show you this. This is kind of going to be cool. Get a bigger picture. Oh, I can't really get a picture. Maybe I can.
Do you know the whole story about the Schaefer advertising campaign? Because it used to be Schaefer's the one beer to have when you're having more than one, and then that became a problem in the 80s because of it became when you want to have some fun.
I see.
So let's do this. Make that 3. We're gonna go over here to this guy over here, and thank you, Ed, and it's not Ridge Vibes. Just give me that. There you go.
No. Well, for somewhere in this device are all of these knobs replicated in miniature. And then what you would do is you would hit those. There's somewhere you can punch in your presets, which preset you want, but it didn't store it in a computer memory with a computer. See, there's no screen on this. It's all analog, and this is what Chariots of Fire was created on. And there's only a few of them left.
Let's actually go to this shot over here. Let me go over to this real quick. And sorry, hang on one sec. There we go.
Okay, yeah. Somewhere, if you can see, yes, I think like there's a tray that comes out, or like a panel flips up, and then there's all these buttons replicated again. And if you wanted to go to your other preset real quick, you could hit it, and that's how they were able to store 4 different sounds in this with a push of a button. Had to configure it with analog buttons each time. Thought that was neat.
That is really neat.
I'm gonna stop sharing. And the Yamaha has one in their corporate office, and if you schmooze them, they'll show it to you.
If you schmooze them, but you have to schmooze them the right way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not going to get much of anything out of that.
Not gonna get much of anything. Nope. Oh, I'm ready to make my recording of We Built This City. I'm really good at it now. I think I can pull it off.
There are so many people that ask you, when is that coming out? When is your paid homage to Starship and that 80s hit? When is that coming out? And I'm one of those people.
It depends on how much I do this weekend.
Okay.
If I'm really busy, I'm not gonna do it. But if I have time, I'm gonna do it. So I don't know yet.
If you have time, it's gonna be Starship. If not, no Starship.
My hope is to do it in one take, but I might have to do different parts and then stitch it together seamlessly. But we'll see.
That's when they'll call you One Take Matt.
All of my performances have been one take up to this point, but this one's really, really hard. Oh, I got some fun news. Yesterday, I talked to my old piano teacher. For about 6 months, I took in-person lessons, and I was helping her with the website for the piano group that exists. And we, did some website type stuff like that. And I'm like, listen, You really need to get yourself on the YouTubes. And she's like, yeah, you're right. I got to do it. I'm like, you would blow up. I was like, I talk about you all the time on my YouTube show, and my audience thinks you're nuts for not doing it. She goes, why? What's so good about me? And I'm like, all right, take me, for example. I'm old, I'm ugly, and I don't have any talent yet. And I've got 400 subscribers. You're young, you're talented, you can talk to the camera, and you're super entertaining. I'm like, you're the whole package. I'm like, are you kidding? You could print your own money practically.
You're talking about her X Factor, right? And how she's multi-fronted in triple threat, quadruple threat.
Yep, she's got the easy pass. If all she has to do is cash it in. So we'll see. She's not super technical with equipment and stuff like that, but I mean, she's not. I mean, she has an iPad. She's got a computer. I mean, she's knows her way around, but she's not like super graphically, But we'll see.
She's not super graphically, but she's.
I mean, some people take to compute. I mean, just like general computing stuff and like working in programs. It's not bad. I mean, she certainly has enough skills to do it. But some of the people we know, like they can run circles around graphic programs and editing programs and download files and like remember where they go. Like, oh, I just took this off of this SD card. Where did it go? Like, we don't ask those questions because we're familiar with. But so there's a little bit of a learning curve ahead of her in that respect. But
if they
once
use
you get to the groove,
if they use the Haas naming convention, though, they'll be able to find it really quickly.
Well, I taught my younger brother everything there is to know about making YouTube videos, and he's doing it all himself now. And he was very basic too. Never used a Photoshop in his life, although he doesn't use Photoshop. He uses GIMP, the freeware, the open source GIMP. He uses, and he figured all that out. He can get his overlays on there with transparency and put the title on the thumbnail. I taught him how to increase the hue saturation a little bit to give it a little punch. All the things. He does all the things.
Does he know how to use the GIMP?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Uses that GIMP hard.
There you go.
That is a piece of freeware, open source. It's a Photoshop competitor.
That's right. Yeah.
And his channel's doing really well.
Free to use and abuse.
Really well. Yeah. And it just takes it. Doesn't put up a fight.
There you go. We're back at it. It's good. What's really interesting? There's no comeback to that. I'm like,
no, just better drop that like a hot potato.
You know what you just did? You just jerk-stored me. That's what you did. You jerk-stored me.
Costanza. Can't stand ya.
That's right. That's right.
Now I want to buy a Yamaha CS80. Damn it.
Oh, see, but we had a conversation before, the unannounced break that you weren't going to make these purchases, and yet here we are, and you're making purchases again.
I know. But
let us know what you think. Let us know in the comments.
Anyway, yeah, but I'm done with purchases. I'm on a spending freeze. I got to dig myself out of a financial hole.
I'm still spending money on really dumb things, and they're not terribly expensive things. Like, I still go to Starbucks. Now, you're not supposed to go to Starbucks. I go to Starbucks. I mean, where else can I get 6 shots of espresso after, spin class, and then go do boot camp, and then go for 6 more? Yeah, that happened.
I beat myself up because I bought this off-brand wallet, and it failed within 2 months. So now, look, I got the new hotness. Oh, speaking of being frugal,
Mm,
this is the name brand kind. So this is like the real, this is what I should have bought.
right.
Okay. Shame on me for not buying it. But I'm looking around and they come in all kinds of material. They come in like meteorite. I mean, like really weird stuff, really expensive. I'm like, you know what I really want? I really want
Ferrari.
a white
Oh.
aluminum one. I want white because stuff falls in my car. I can't find it. It blends in the bag. You know, insides of suitcases are black. Everything's black. I'm like, I don't want black everyday carry stuff. I'm like, I really want white. And I go on there like, this is going out of stock. We're giving it away on sale. So it was $15 off on sale. And then I go to check out and the little honey thing pops up and says, why don't you check to see if there's some discount codes? I put in some discount codes, $20 off on top of the $15 off. I'm like, that's 35% off. I got this thing. And it's what I wanted. It's not what I settled for. Like, I didn't want to go for like the black aluminum or the black titanium or whatever. I wanted the white aluminum, and it's like double on sale, baby.
Double on sale.
And
Nice.
I got the new hotness. Although I did put the third party
Winter hotness dinner.
I did put the third party Apple AirTag rubber thingy on it, but that's just because they were out of stock with the attachment. But we shall see. We shall see.
So definitely, maybe we built this city. Maybe we don't have we built this city this weekend. What else is going on?
Maybe not. You just have to see if you get lucky.
Got to roll the dice, see what happens.
Speaking of Get Lucky, I did a cover of Get Lucky on the piano. Yeah. Daft Punk. Before
Yeah, it's a great song.
And yeah. Oh, I got something fun I'm doing. There's a new restaurant.
Well, you're always doing fun things. What are you talking about?
I'm going to a new restaurant on Sunday. It is, it's a seafood restaurant. I'll tell you what it is here, if I can find it. And, it's not there. It's over in messages. So when you use more than one way to communicate, you're like, where did I see that message at? I don't remember.
Did I send a fax?
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to a seafood restaurant.
Well, there you go. You're talking sushi or traditional seafood? What kind of seafood?
Traditional seafood.
Traditional seafood.
I had crab legs at the beach. The Alaskan crab legs, not the king. And depending on how well you cook them, the insides come out real easy, or you got to fight them. These came out like a dream.
Like butter.
Like butter. Every last bite I consumed of that portion.
Good stuff. I mean, there's something to be said about crab legs that pull out really easy. And you just, if you use butter, you use butter. I mean, some people do, some people don't. But yeah.
The only thing is, like, I'm the last one done eating because everyone gets done. I'm still picking.
Well, you're savoring it too.
They're expensive now.
Mm-hmm.
They went up in price. I was like, how much? I'm like, wow.
Are you someone that likes to fish with lots of bones in it, like a branzino?
Not really. Not really. As long as it's not flounder, I'm never eating flounder again the rest of my life.
What happened? There's got to be a flounder story. What happened?
Working at the restaurant, we got we served flounder, and there was a problem.
I'm putting on a single for a second. Yeah.
There was a problem, and so we called the distributor and we told them the problem. They're like, "No, the FDA says it's fine. No ill health effects. Serve it." And what it was is inside the fish, there were worms.
Oh God!
It wasn't anything that happened afterwards. They were embedded in the flesh of because it was alive with them in it. And they're like, no, you gotta serve it. I'm like, you know what? Never again.
Take this job and shove it.
Yeah, give me haddock, give me cod, give me, I'll eat all kinds of other fish.
As Sandy would say, ew. 3 W's.
Yeah. So, hey, when I was a cook, man, I wouldn't let anything go out unless I would eat it myself. I was good too, man. You should have seen me on that grill and on the oven. I was flying. We had it down to a science. Because every meal was either on a round plate or a rectangular steel. You put the steel in, like a steak place. It's served on steel, but it's on like what looks like wood, but it's like a plastic holder, stuff like that. And you would just know, it would just memorize, oh, that meal gets the round, this one. And all you would do is you would say, first ticket, and then the other guy, there's 2 people per side, the other guy would look at it, and he would throw down all the plastic perfectly. If it was 3 rectangulars and 2 circles, boom, 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 boom. And then the guy on the grill would put the metal plates down, boom, 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 and then start putting all the food on. We both attack it. So like he's slapping down rice, and I'm putting chicken on top of the rice, and boom, 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 and then put the garnish on.
The carne.
Put it up on the hot table, and ring the number. We had the 1 through 20 number, and each waitress had a number. We would click the little thing, and they'd go bing, and then bing. In the middle of the restaurant, you could see the little lights come up, and then
Hey Sammy, how are you? Sammy joining us over on YouTube says, hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Sammy also says, it's great to see you, JV and Matt. It's great to see you, Sammy. Good. I'm glad you're joining us tonight on this first VF Talks after a little bit of a break. So good to see you, Sammy.
I ate really good as a cook, because cooks would just scrap. They would just eat little bits of little this. So I would just eat the whole time I was cooking.
Quality control. Great. You're doing quality control.
Yeah. Oh, and then when it was when ribs were on special, you're just covered in barbecue sauce. Yeah, a lot of fun cooking. But man, if it's on the grill, I can cook it perfectly. Steak, chicken, seafood, and ribs, baby, to perfection. If you want a steak done, I can get it perfect. Perfect rare, medium, medium well.
Do the thing with your hand and you do this.
I can tell by touch, I can tell by time, and I can tell by sight. Either one of the 3, and it's perfect every time. Now, prime rib was always tricky to get right, because people say, I want prime rib, medium well. I'm like, oh, Christ. But it was just a little more difficult, because you put it in the au jus. It's not like meat on metal. It's like meat in liquid. And it was
Who has prime rib medium well?
Some in Psychopaths order it that way. Tell you that much. Psychopaths.
Oh man, there might be certain viewers of this show that may have ordered their steak well done, over-sacrificed, maybe have even butterflied their steak at a restaurant. It's like, oh God, what the hell are you doing? Why are you doing that?
Well done.
Oh my
God.
Get out. Get the hell out of here.
Get out. There should be police on duty, and they should cite people who order it that way. Right. For sure.
You're coming with me.
I learned an important life lesson while I worked at the restaurant by watching other people's hardships. Do you want to hear this story?
Uh-oh.
It has to do with adult substances.
Adult substances.
So there were 2 arrests from 2 different people doing 2 different crimes. And the penalty was jail time. I mean, it's serious stuff. And they both got the same sentence. Here's what I learned. One crime was very egregious and very, very bad. The other crime was meh, hardly anything. And it was the same sentence. So one guy put 2 frozen lobster tails down in his legs, like down his pants and his legs, and tried to walk out with 2 lobsters and got busted. One employee. he got hauled off. He got charged and had a prison sentence. And the other
Grand
guy,
Theft Lobster.
the other guy was a assistant manager, and every night this is how stupid he was. Every night he closed, the register was off by hundreds of dollars. He was stealing from the company, and he had like a drug issue, if you know what I mean.
Little thing going on with his pinky finger. It's good.
So one person stole tens of thousands of dollars over multiple weeks and got arrested. And one guy took 2 lobster tails. They got the same sentence.
2 lobsters versus $90,000 in stolen money over a period of time. Same sentence.
Oh, it was insane.
What is this in over by you in Harrisburg?
Yeah, Unit Deposit. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, right outside of Harrisburg. And oh man, it was another shocker because the managers who ran it were young. Now, to me, as someone who's 17, 18, they were adults.
Mm-hmm.
But really, they were like 26, 27. Like, they were just young kids. And they were off the hook like very immature people running this establishment. And all of them got fired because they had a health inspection once a year or twice a year. They came, and then we have to like kind of, ideally when you run a restaurant, you should do like the big cleaning jobs, like sprinkle it into the thing. No, only just the daily routine stuff was done. And the last 2 weekends, they tried to, this is where like you scrub the baseboards and then you scrub down all of the pans and all the insides of the ovens. Like you get it all perfect and stuff like that. No, we just let it all go. So what they tried to do is they're like, okay, employees are coming in Saturday and Sunday all night long from, the time we close to the time we open, like, and we're just going to scrub the place. So weekend 1, Friday or Saturday rolls around. We get the crew in there. Someone brought a single case of beer, and we were like, "Okay, that was fine. That was fine. It was fine." No one can get crazy on a single case of beer. But day 2 on Sunday, we're like, "Well, that went so well." They trucked in carloads of beer.
Oh,
it was
man!
just a huge party.
Clean up in a triple kegger.
Oh. It was insane. And then we had to do the same thing the next 2 weekends, and they were both ragers as well. Nothing hardly got done. The people came in from the corporate office and the FDA or whoever inspects.
Right.
It was just a wreck. They ran them all through.
Were you running a restaurant or a frat house? What the hell?
Well, since the guys were so young that were running the place, the manager and the assistant manager. Now, the regional manager, she was an older lady. She had her crap together, but she would only pop in like once a month just to kind of.
She was the frat mom.
She really wasn't day to day. And these guys, they would only hire the most beautiful young women. Like they all had to be 9s or 10s.
Of course.
9s or 10s.
Very easy.
They wouldn't do it. So all of my colleagues, they were just gorgeous women. Everyone was trying to get with everyone else, and there was like a lot of shenanigans going on, and it was just, here I am, 17 years old. I'm like, oh, this is how life works. I was like, okay.
So what you described is a combination of a frat house and Temptation Island. That's what you basically described when you're supposed to be, I don't know, cleaning the kitchen and whatnot and trying to.
Just to put the maturity level, because there was 3 main. There was like a manager and then 2 assistant managers. They were all young guys, and the one assistant manager was a very small, squirrely. Like he was very awkward type of guy. He would jam hard candies 24/7. He had teeth issues where he was just like, I don't know, and he was like he wasn't like the other 2. He was more like a reserved, soft, and basically...
It's a mouthful of Jolly Rancher style.
What I'm getting at, weakness. Like the 2 alpha managers smelled weakness. And they used to prank him so bad. It was almost criminal. This is what they did the one time. He was closing. I think his name was Ken, the weird small guy. Canada was closing. They came in full robber gear, like with the ski masks on, grabbed him, took him out back, drug him out to the dumpster, and threatened his life. And they were like, "Psych!" The guys were nuts. They were nuts.
Oh my God.
And I was like, and this is the way I thought all businesses were run, because this is what I was sort of exposed to.
Well, everybody knows that's how the Ruth Chris gets run and stuff. All the fancy places do that.
And the because the Muzak system out front, it was nice, Muzak system. But when we were cleaning on those 2 epic weekends that were actually like raging parties, you could turn that up. They had premium speakers, and it was like concert level sound, and we were pumping out good music through. Someone brought their own boombox and tapped it into the PA system, and we were jamming. It was all hair bands and stuff like that.
Now I feel like I'm missing out on life. I wish I was part of that team. I wish I was. Oh my God, that sounds crazy.
Mr. Steak.
Mr. Steak.
There's no
Not
Mr.
Mrs. Steak
anymore.
Mr. Steak.
Mr. Steak. And oh man, it was. And I'm still Facebook friends with some of the old waitresses that were there, and this was 35 years ago, and those waitresses are just as gorgeous now as they were back.
So we're back in 87.
Oh yeah, 87, 88.
Oh my God.
Yeah. 86
Wow.
and 87 and 88. Yeah. It was woo, baby.
Oh my God.
Them's were the times. And so there's a lot going on there.
Well, you mentioned the Coke. You mentioned that's a thing in the restaurant industry in the 80s and 90s. You look at all your
That was
diners.
only with him. No one knew he was doing it. He wasn't passing it around.
What I'm saying is, though, you go to any typical diner and it's a hotbed for Coke.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was quite.
I'm not going to get demonetized on that comment. I mean, it's just renowned. Everybody knows it.
One guy wanted to fight me. Had me out in the back and was coming after me. And he had 2 of his buddies. This is a fun story. Big guy. Said I was smart mouthing him, so he had to teach me a lesson. I'm like, words don't hurt, bitch. but I was a little guy, back then. I was scrawny little guy, but I'd give it. I'd verbally sparred people for funsies and stuff like that. But apparently I rubbed him the wrong way. So he had two of his buddies. One guy worked there, and one guy I had no idea who he was. But they were waiting in the parking lot just to beat me up. And so the guy that had an issue with me, he came at me, and he went to push me like this, like with all of his, like he wanted me to go flying backwards. And I went like this. I went like that. And he fell into me, and I planted myself, and he basically bounced. He looked like a chump to his 2 other friends. And I decided against it, but I wasn't quite sure if it was going to be 3-on-1. So I had to make that decision. Should I destroy the guy in front of me so I can have a chance to take care of the other 2? And I decided not to, but what I was going to do is, once he kind of fell into me, I was going to grab his head and then do one of these things.
Yeah.
That would have knocked him out.
Flawless victory.
But the other 2 were coming at me, and they saw me deflect him, and they're like, "Oh, wait a minute. We better not tempt. We better not poke the bear." No. Anyway, that was.
Is that before you became proficient in like martial arts, or is that?
No, I was during.
Really?
Yeah, I was during. But
yeah. We got Michelle joining us on YouTube from Canada. It says, "Well, hello, cool kids," with a wave and a heart sort of smiley face and a Canadian flag.
Canada. Oh, Canada.
Message paid for by Tim Hortons.
Oh,
Man.
it's good to have you here, Michelle.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Steak. That was
Mr.
fun. I
Steak.
still have coffee cups they gave me with the Universal Restaurants logo on it when I was working there.
Michelle says I've missed yous. We missed you too, Michelle.
Yeah. Talking about our crazy times working at the
Who is the big competitor against Mr. Steak?
Ponderosa.
Ponderosa.
Oh, hey, who we got over here on Awesome Fun Things? Core, a YouTuber.
Korea
Core
YouTuber. Yeah, Korea YouTuber.
Welcome.
Welcome,
Good to
Korea
have you here
YouTuber.
on
Good to see
We
you.
Have Talks. Topic today is anything and everything.
Yeah, and Mr. Steak, apparently, and the fun, crazy hijinks that happen to Mr. Steak. And we got this Boomax on YouTube who says hello. That would be Mom. Hi, Mom. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Love you.
Oh, hey, JV's mom. Here's something about JV. He's a pretty awesome dude.
Oh, I learned it by watching you, Matt. Come on.
I learned it from watching
I learned it by watching you. And Mr. Steak.
You should not learn life lessons from Mr. Steak.
No.
That's not a reflection of society, unlike my 17-year-old self thought when I was in it.
Mom says, hi, Matt. Yes, I know he's the best. Thank you, Mom. I love you.
Well, unfortunately, there's one thing I'm better at.
Everything.
To what JV.
You're better
That's
at everything.
whack-a-mole.
Yeah, you're whack-a-mole, 9-foot Pac-Man. You're good at everything. What are you talking about?
We got to go back to some 9-foot Pac-Man. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, what is up with that? I got a gift card. I got a Dave & Buster's card that's burning my wallet.
Let's go.
What the hell?
I need more stuffed tacos that I get at Dave & Buster's.
My mom says to you, Matt, she loves you too. So
hey,
there you
I
go.
love you too.
There you go.
You can't be all. I never met you, but you can't be all that bad. Yeah,
No,
JV.
she's a saint. So there you go.
Good. Oh, I might see my dad. My dad needs me to come over. I need to hack some bushes.
You gotta hack some bushes.
Yeah, with my sawzall.
Your sawzall. You hack some
Reciprocating saw.
You hack some bushes over there. How many bushes you whacking?
Well, the thing is, it's getting hard to read the gas meter. So he thinks the gas company's just going to arbitrarily charge him since they can't read it. So
$50, maybe 65.
Yeah,
Once you
I got one. I got one of those sawzalls. I'm like, I'm never going to use that. I'm a fine woodworker. That's a destruction tool. That's a tool to break through 2x4s. I'm like, that's not for me. I was getting ready to sell it. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I could use it for this job. Next thing I know, I use it 5 times a year. Like, well, I guess I'm not getting rid of it now.
Did you ever use that line at the Mr. Steak? You know, ladies, I'm a fine woodworker.
I was nowhere near woodworker back then. That's a recent thing for me.
Oh, part of the Renaissance.
That probably started. I sold the house in 2012, and I was woodworking a good couple years before that. Must have been 2006, 2007. I started woodworking. So, haven't looked back. A lot of fun. Wood's a great substance. Very easy to work with. Holds its shape. Can make a lot of crap out of it.
You're pro wood, anti-plastic. You're more wood, right?
I do like acrylic.
Okay.
Acrylic's fun to work with because you pour it and it's as hard as stone. If you know some of the stuff, it's interesting substance. I did TIG welding. I think that's next. I should probably buy a welding stuff. Although TIG's kind of expensive to get into. I don't think I'll probably do MIG welding, but I like every now and then I'm like, man, I wish I had a welder. And I'm like, well, how can I solve my problem out of wood? And I usually have to kind of like make a weird attachment to bolt on this something. Like, or if it was just welding, I could just attach it.
Michelle is singing Ren and Stumpy right now. That's Said in the,
Ren and Stimpy. Ren and
yeah,
Stimpy.
I think Ren and Stimpy, but it was Ren and Stumpy. There you go.
That was a messed up show, Ren and Stimpy. Goobert and bubblegum. That was oh man. I remember they used to play these other cartoons in between the Ren and Stimpy shows. And the one was, I should find it. It was Jack Mack and Rad Boy.
Mm.
And it was these two whacked out guys, and they would just get into all kinds of trouble. Like the one time they were heading down the highway, and there was a 18-wheeler, and it said safety way on it. And then they showed you what was inside the trailer, and it was intercontinental ballistic missiles, and they crashed into it and made a huge crater. It was insane.
I would fall asleep too watching Ren and Stimpy, Michelle. That's definitely. And we got Roy over on YouTube who says, "What's up? What's up, Roy? How are you? We're doing okay over here. You want to join us? There is the link."
I'm doing some new tech stuff in my studio. I can talk about if you want to hear my next tech adventure.
And Michelle, same thing for you. If you want to join us, there is the link.
I now know how to draw in real time during a live stream on the screen. So I can like take a pen and draw arrows and words and stuff like that. What you need is an iPad.
Mm-hmm.
You need an HDMI out with the iPad, so something to connect to the iPad and something that gives you the HDMI. Then you need a capture card, and then it comes in as a camera source. And then you draw on a green background, and you bring your camera source in, and you chroma key it out, and then you can draw over yourself. It's pretty cool. Now, I tried it, but it was getting some flickering. I think there was issues trying to push this large screen. I know it looks small, but there's like more pixels in 1080p. This is like much larger than 1080p.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think there was a problem. So my solution, and Tech Troublemaker, you might want to check me on this.
Before you go with that, Roy reminds us what rolls downstairs alone and in pairs and over your neighbor's dog. What's great for a snack and fits on your back. It's log.
Yeah. It's log. It's big. It's heavy. It's wood. It's log. It's better than bad. It's good. Everyone loves a log. Everyone loves a log. Get your log now from Blammo.
Blammo! Michelle, we did that for you, by the way.
It's guaranteed not to rust, bust, collect dust, wrinkle, crack, or peel.
Yeah, it's almost at the same sort of announcer cadence as the Bassomatic 76. Yeah. Oh, man. So the thing you wanted to show Roy.
My solution is to, now this is going to sound like the wrong thing to do, but I think it's the right thing to do. The solution is to buy the absolute cheapest capture card on the planet. Like you want a capture card that just pushes 720 or 1080p, 30 frames a second. So I think if I get the super cheap capture card, I think it's going to work. That's what I'm trying to do.
Roy says that was his favorite part of Ren and Stimpy. Mine too.
That was like a bad acid trip. That show. Not that I've ever done that. But
now that predated something else that ended up on MTV in 1993, and that would be two, teenage boys known as Beavis and Butthead.
Let's see if I can find Jack Mack and Rad Boy. Oh, it's coming up and there it is. Jack Mack and Rad Boy. Oh, this is bad. This could be bad.
Ow!
I will let me see if this is. Oh, it's bad. Oh, I'm watching it now. Oh, there it goes. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna put the link to this in the chat.
Roy says, I have it, $18 from Alibaba. Took 2 months to arrive. I have that capture card. Sticks his tongue out. And Mom's leaving us. She says, good night, John, and good night, Matt. Have a great night.
Good night, John's mom. And I'll put the disclaimer: do not watch.
Okay.
There you go.
Viewer discretion is advised.
From MTV. I was just like, what did I just watch?
What the hell was that?
Quit thieving, Rad.
I got it. I got two of them up there. I'll put. It's the same thing.
I put one in on awesome fun things, and I put one on Venture Forward.
Yep. There you go.
That's the way I roll.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, we've been going an hour.
Have we been going an hour?
Going an hour.
It's not that I have to run off for a Dodger game.
I don't have to run on, but keeping track of where we're at on the YouTube.
I appreciate it. You're looking over there in the upper right-hand corner. You see your clock and the big red numerals, and said, "Oh boy, we're
Let
running."
me call 1983 a minute here.
Are you using your Are you using your Cellular One auto phone or your car phone?
Motorola TAC 650. The best analog phone out there. It was not digital.
Mobile operator, get me Mr. Steak.
I don't know why that was so funny.
Because you get. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why that was funny. Because you think of the Quinn Martin productions of the 1970s, and you look at someone like, I don't know, like not Mannix or the big one. Who was the big guy? Conrad. Help me out here. Who? Guy was like 500 pounds. He was a private detector. He had that guy. He was always asking for the mobile operator.
Okay.
Come on, you know this.
Cannon.
Cannon. Thank you. Cannon. Right. I could see Cannon asking for mobile operator in his car.
All right.
Thank you, Roy. Appreciate it.
Way to go. I've been watching Better Call Saul, and there's a lot of old phone booths and desk phones. I was like, I just, it's interesting to watch shows when things are not current year and they kind of get it right. Double-breasted suits, like that was back, I guess, in the 70s when it was just around the time double-breasted suits were going out of fashion, but a few people in the earlier episodes were wearing double-breasted suits.
Were they furnished by Botany 500?
Who knows? Who knows? Just, yeah. I dig it. I dig it.
Why Botany 500, John? Because they basically were the clothier for all your basic game show hosts in the 70s and 80s. That's why I'm a game show geek. Remember that? It's
I
only
remember.
in the bio.
I am not the game show geek. But
This is
enjoy
this
game
guy.
shows,
This guy.
nowhere near your level.
Botany 500.
Yeah, boy.
That's right.
Boy.
I think they did all the Barry and Enright shows. So you got your Joker's Wild and Tic Tac Toe and Botany 500. They might have done all the Mark Goodson ones too. So Price is Right. So they were, they had a deal. They had a deal. We're gonna we'll be the official clothier of all the game show hosts of the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Fun fact: on a couple episodes of Better Call Saul, Saul is calling the bingo numbers at the old folks' home because he's getting clients there to do wills and estate planning and things like that. And he's calling the bingo numbers, and the microphone is Bob Barker's microphone.
Oh, an RCM 35, the Sony. Oh my God.
Yeah. I was thinking of you when I saw that scene. I was like,
Sammy, if you're still in this room, which you might be taking a nap now, I don't know. Have you seen somewhere where you can get a replica RCM 35 or ECM 35? That the long stick Sony microphone, like, Barker and Rayburn had. John would love one.
there you go.
And yeah, if he had one, he'd probably use it on his live streams or whatnot, or find a way to connect it to some sort of analog to digital sort of converter to make it work.
You should build out a little game show studio in your home and then have real live contestants and try and pull that off.
Yeah, you know what that also would make me look like? Really creepy.
I think there'd be interest on the interwebs for that.
Maybe. I mean, look, I'm thinking about what sort of games I could start playing on here or doing like in one-off sort of set of programs to do that. Programs like I live in the TV world, but
Dip
like
your toe in. What's the worst that can happen? It
I would.
sucks. Oh well, you
So
tried it.
everybody plays games, like Jackbox. I would love to do something like have a password night. I would love to do password.
Just and then for the prizes, have it be for like a bowl of popcorn. It doesn't have to be like doesn't like you don't need to fund it with like a new car.
Oh, bankrupt. No, yeah, right.
Here's the thing: when people do something they're passionate about on video, it resonates with audiences, and doesn't matter what it is. You make pottery, you could refinish cars, you could learn how teach people how to use WordPress. Doesn't matter.
Give away bags of microwave popcorn. Very good point, Roy. Keep the mail out. Yeah.
It's the show that's going to be the draw, and your personality on the microphone and being a host, like that's what's gonna.
I can channel my inner Alan Ludden and pull off password. I know I could do that.
Well, you can.
I could do that. The password is.
There's no wrong answer. It can be whatever you want it to be because you're a creative individual.
I say this because I see that the really good success NBC has with their latest revival of Password. So they have a new edition of Password that they're showing in prime time 2 nights already, Tuesday, Wednesday. And it was really well done. The only problem with that show, Jimmy Fallon. The reason is he's like over the top, celebrating every freaking word he gets right and everything. Come on, just take it down just one level. Just take it down one level. That's all you need to do. One level.
That's why you need to do your own thing because you could do it right. But hey,
Yeah, well, so the one thing I'll say is from that Leda group of August 2020, I think people realize that if there's anyone that can host a game show amongst us, it probably would be me.
I agree with that.
You know who also does good work with his gaming streams? And it's because they're not really your typical shoot 'em up gaming streams. Burke does a really good job with them.
Yeah, Mr. Burke.
Yeah. Shameless plug for Paul. He did a 4-hour live stream earlier in the week on Hoa. It was great. It was entertaining. I might have said some very inappropriate things in it. It was fantastic. It was good.
I like the way he comes up. I mean, just the first word, as soon as he says, hello, like, that's him. I was like, just the one word. That's all you need. You're like, that's Paul Burke. Hello.
Roy says, I'm planning to swap out the lightning round with a new segment called Wait, That's Personal, and ask questions that seem almost personal but aren't. It's good. All right, give me 60 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. Is it infectious?
No.
Are you running a fever? And it's like, then you start, it gets all creepy. Is there any discharge? I mean, then it's just, do you really, when you start talking discharge, now it does become personal. Know your lines, John. Know your lines.
I remember there was this sketch about the pyramid, the $100,000 pyramid, and the guy was making guesses, and like, no, it's not that, because it was C, and then you had to finish it, SEA, like the ocean, sea, and the guy's like, birds, and like, no, it's not seabirds. And then he must have said the same thing, seabirds, 20 times, and each time, like, do you think the 21st time you say seabirds,
you know what the right answer was? He got it? Chocolate babies. That was the one. It was the $100,000 jackpot wad. It was a SNL thing.
Yeah.
Jackie Rogers Jr.'s $100,000 jackpot wad.
That's a good sketch. I remember that sketch.
And then the poor guy who has definitely not English is a second language. He's on this wheel. They spin it, and it doesn't make a complete revolution, and they have to spin them again, and then they were out of time, and then the darn thing keeps on spinning around and around, and he's crying bloody murder, and they're singing and dancing and whatnot. Tune in next time to see where the spin's going, where the wheel's going to land. But that was Martin Short. That was who else was on that? The Captain Kangaroo was a celebrity on that. It was played by Belushi, Jim Belushi.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Funsies.
The thing about Captain Kangaroo, because times were tough, he wanted to be paid in cash because CBS kind of dropped him, so that was a joke on that one. I absorb really just weird pieces of trivia and sketches, and like $100,000 jackpot wad was definitely one of them.
That was good. Good time.
Oh yeah, very much so. Right in the part where SNL was really trying to figure out what it was going to be, and this was those years where Lorne Michaels was gone. It was 84. Lorne Michaels came back in 85. And like they were still trying to find a way about it. They had Billy Crystal that one season. They had Martin Short that one season. They tried to give it some life. And then in 85, they recasted. Lorne Michaels came back and then became the SNL we knew.
Yeah, there were a good couple years of SNL.
Roy says, looks like you can get a Bob Barker mic for about $550.
Hey.
$551, Roy. $551. I'm sorry.
Bid $1.
Force of habit.
$2.
$1, Bob. Is this the obligatory point where I say how much I don't like Drew Carey as a host of that show? I can go down that road for the 900th time. He's horrible. They don't have
consulted you.
They should have. Well, I mean, look, I understand. There was a pandemic. I get it. They have an audience of 50, 60 in there. I get it. They don't have 300 in Studio 33. I get that. But it's just so over the top and contrived. And they have the damn contestant coordinators are having the contestants go over the top. It's like, please, just take it down a level. Take it down one level, please.
Take it down a notch.
Roy says it's a prize for the Showcase Showdown. So for spinning the big wheel? See, Showcase Showdown refers to the big wheel. The actual final round is called the Showcase. Geek. I'm a geek. I know. I'm a geek. I'm sorry.
I do like the game where they fall off the cliff.
Oh, cliffhangers. Yeah.
Your lady.
I would play the Han song, but I probably could demonetize for that too.
Yeah.
Well, I think what's funny.
Get my lead mission done here, brother.
Before you go off and start leading, which I'm 12 behind. I'm fully aware.
Just a smidge.
There's a really great clip of an elderly lady that uses one of those stair lifts that goes side of the staircase.
Okay.
And they played the Cliffhangers music as it's going up the stairs.
No.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to take a chance. And strike me. I don't care. This is funny. I don't care. You hear that?
Did they do it in post, or was it really live in studio?
No. They obviously had it. Hang on. Cliffhangers, staircase, old woman. Come on. Oh, there it is. Okay. Calm down, John. You're excited. You're excited over little stuff.
Treat.
All right. Okay. Got you. Oh, please. Oh boy. Hang on. I'm so excited. I forgot which scene I had to set up in. There we go. It's that one. Okay. Ready? Here we go.
it go so slow?
So what I can imagine is, I can imagine someone in the background saying, Esther, the toaster's not $120. And it's like she falls right off the side. Right off the side. Go lead up. I just wanted to give you that before you go lead it up. Just think of Esther and her $120 bid on a toaster and her falling off a cliff, which is really just her staircase.
Fun. All
what,
right.
What do you think the chances of me getting a claim for that is? Probably high. Anyhow, moving right along. Yeah. Anywho.
VF Talks audience, awesome, fun things audience. Have a great weekend.
Matt, thank you for jumping on. You have a great weekend. Good luck with your Lita mission tonight, and I will see you soon, my friend.
Sounds good, brother. Take
care. Bye. Matt Haas, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to Maine and talk about what is coming up next. Which is not that. It's this. It's me. And I got a little thing over here. There we go. Okay, here we go. So, you'll see the final credits. You'll see the final screen. All that's listed right now is VF Talks for next week. Because I don't know when we will be back on for the main show next week. There might be a show on Tuesday. There might be a show on Thursday. Keep an eye on YouTube. Keep an eye on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter on when the next show will be. Couple of ideas in mind, but I don't have anything for the credits. So until then, you'll know. And then 1 week from tonight, we'll see you again at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific for the next episode of VF Talks with Matt Haas, Paul Burke, and all of you. It is why Fridays are so darn awesome. But until then, I'm going to say the same thing at the end of every Venture Forward in VF Talks. Stay safe, stay sane, stay strong, stay sober. You're worth it. Have a wonderful weekend.